Hello, welcome to this lesson where we're going to look at symmetry. So there's two types of symmetry we're going to look at. The first one is the axis of symmetry. So this is where we could fold our shape across itself and it'll match the other side. So our smiley face here has one line of symmetry or one axis of symmetry because we could fold our face over here and it would match perfectly. Our hexagon has a few more. We could fold it over any of these lines and it would match perfectly. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of symmetry. And here we have just one. So now it's your turn. How many lines or axes of symmetry do you think this shape has? So here we go. There's just two, one horizontal and one vertical one. You may have thought that these ones worked, but they don't. If you want to check that, you could make this shape out of paper and see for yourself why that doesn't work. You'll have a corner somewhere way down here which doesn't match up with this side at all. How many axes of symmetry do you think this shape would have? So if this many, we can cut it, fold it in half either that way, and this time we can do the diagonals as well. So our answer here would be 4. So now we're going to move on to the second type of symmetry, which is our rotational symmetry. This is where we could rotate our shape through 360 degrees, and every time that it matches with itself, we add one number to the order of rotational symmetry. So for example, we could rotate the rectangle. So it's going through 360 degrees, it's gone 180, it's matched once, and then we keep going and it matches a second time. So this would have a rotational symmetry of order 2. With the hexagon, we're going to rotate it and we'll count how many times it matches. And do note that the last time, when it sits back to where it originally was, we do count that. So every shape is going to at least match itself when it began, so have an order of rotational symmetry of 1. So let's count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this shape here has an order of rotational symmetry of 6. Okay, so what order of rotational symmetry do you think this shape would have? Right, so this is like our rectangle, we go 1, 2. So it matches itself twice in a full 360 revolution, so we have 2. How about this shape? So if we rotate it, it doesn't match at 180 degrees because of this corner piece, doesn't match the corner that we started with. So we keep going, and now it finally does match. So even though it doesn't match the whole way through, because it will match when it gets to the beginning, it has order 1. This one's a bit of a trick question. Let's just see how you go. What order of rotational symmetry do you think this shape has? So if we were to rotate a circle the whole way through to 360, it would match. So we could rotate it in increments of 5 degrees, and every time it will match, or we could keep making that smaller and smaller and smaller, but every time it will match. So this really has infinite order of rotational symmetry. So the circle is a very special shape because of that. What order of rotational symmetry do you think this shape will have? Okay, so we'll see it move through the 360 degrees and see how often it matches. It's going through, it matched only the one time. And that's because even though it's a circle, it had this line here, which is affecting its order of rotational symmetry. So our answer there would be 1. So in this lesson, we've learnt about rotational symmetry and axes of symmetry. If you have any questions, bring them to me and we'll go through them in class. Thanks.